The inspiration that I get from you all. I mean, we have people here with a Ukrainian background. We have people here like me, family came from Germany in 1850. We have people from all different backgrounds, but we're all united by one thing, the understanding of the defense of democracy and what it costs and how hard it is to do. You know, when I was a kid, well, really up until not that long ago, I always thought that democracy was the easiest form of government, right? I mean, look, you just go vote, whoever wins, power, blah, blah. We all know how it works. I always thought, and I've come to realize, that democracy is actually the hardest form of government. Everybody, you have to have a social contract. You have to trust each other, right? You have to go to war sometimes in a democracy. And unfortunately, the people most likely to commit heinous acts of destruction of civilians, of attacking a country for land grab, is not a democracy, it's a dictatorship, and dictators always go after democracies. So it's a difficult job. But I gotta tell you what's awesome. Now, we have our own challenges here, I'm not gonna get into those tonight, but I know that my kid, who is 3 years old, will have, yeah, he's pretty cool. I know that in a country like the United States, he will have an opportunity to be whatever he wants, right? He'll have an opportunity to believe whatever he wants to believe. That's what freedom is. And through freedom, people find their best self. And they climb mountains and we achieve things that nobody else can achieve. And watching a young democracy, fairly young democracy, like Ukraine, that has been beaten and attacked and hit and still stands up and says, F you, Russia, we believe in our democracy and we will fight. I'm always inspired when I think about the fact, you know, I served in the military, but you know, our wars were nothing like what's going on right now. And I think about, you know, our division in this country, right? Everybody kind of hates each other and, you know, we're in that little moment right now. But in Ukraine, if you go to a trench and you start talking to some of the men in that trench, one of them's gonna be a machinist. Another one maybe played the piano. Another one is maybe his school teacher. You know, people from all different backgrounds that otherwise would not even maybe associate with each other. They all are now standing together, united in defense of their country, in defense of their land, in defense of their traditions, and in opposition to the most evil man to walk on the face of the earth in modern times. And the sacrifices that have been committed are obviously extremely great. Now, I think America's done a lot. I wish we would do more, obviously. And this is why your work today was so important. Because I know sometimes you probably went, maybe you met with a staffer, you were a little disappointed in that. Let me tell you, even if you met with a member of their staff, that is sometimes even more effective than meeting with the congressperson themselves. That, when I was in and we would have things like this, the fly-ins and these days of actions, it made a real impact. And you know, the sacrifice that you and I make for Ukraine is nothing. It's nothing compared to what they're doing in Ukraine right now. You know, it's...
Yeah.
I think... So I'll let you know a little something. I actually have always felt like America has a mission. Like, we have a mission statement. We don't always follow this mission statement. But I've always felt like America was very blessed to be who we are because we were an example of self-governance and freedom to millions of people that at a time lived behind an iron curtain. To people that lived behind an iron curtain of poverty or discrimination or dictatorship. America has always been that shining city that says, aspire to this. I think back my grandfather who stared down the Nazis after Normandy. I think of the Vietnam generation, the Korean War generation, my generation after 9/11. And I think back of all the sacrifices each generation made to basically pass the torch to where we are today. And now it's our chance and our decision. And there is a new generation in Ukraine that is making that same sacrifice. That they are going to write songs, they're going to write poems, they're going to write essays, they're going to write books, but nothing will capture the essence of the true heroism that is being exercised and unleashed today by the Ukrainian people. You can read about it all you want, but when you actually see the sacrifice being made, it's inspiring. And ladies and gentlemen, you and I that live in the United States of America, we have an opportunity to continue to have our voice heard. We have an opportunity to continue to try to defend Ukraine as best we can from here by going out and advocating for the fact that America does not turn its back on democracies and we do not turn our back on allies. And we stand up to evil men like Vladimir Putin. And we say that you are not our friend, we're not impressed by you, we don't want to have a relationship with you. We simply want to see your army defeated in the fields of Ukraine, tuck tail, and go home. Yeah. So with all that, look, I'm really honored to be in front of you guys. So many people came up to me and said nice things, right? People came up and said, man, I've always wanted to meet you, or I watch your stuff, or whatever. And it's humbling. Like, I always am like, why, you know? Like, what is it about my stuff? But I realize there's just such a lack of anybody willing to say the truth out there. But you guys, you all, particularly the Ukrainians in here, the Ukrainians that have fought, but all of you here that have just decided to take 3 days and fight for a democracy yourself. You guys, and I mean this, you're my heroes. Thank you so much. So in conclusion, look, I think this is going to be a fantastic documentary. The subject is not super fantastic. We wish there was no war. We wish there was peace. But listen, there will be a day. I hope it's sooner than later. But there will be a day when Ukraine is breathing free, the Russians aren't on their doorstep, and they can flourish and have success and be whatever they want to be, just like our kids in the United States of America. God bless you guys.
As you know, my name is Pavlo and I am from Zaporizhia. You know, before the full-scale invasion, I never was some military guy. My civilian profession is architect. Yes, as Irina said, I was the head of city planning department in Zaporizhia City Council. But February 24, in 2029, I realized that there is no work for architects in my country until the war is going on. So I decided to join the army. I spent 15 months in battle zone. I was wounded, I lost my arm, lost my eyes, and now here in America, I have the medical treatment by Revived Soldiers, Ukraine. They helped me, I have to say it, because I was almost blind for 21 months. And thanks to you, and the people of the United States, thanks to people of America, now I am able to see the people's faces. And yesterday and the day before, I was able to see you Ukrainian Americans, and I understood what you are doing for us, how you supported us, and I realized that this war is going thanks for people of America, not for government of Ukraine. Maybe it's too rude for them, but I understand this only people, only our nationals help each other. Today I was a little bit shocked sometimes. One of your representatives asked me, what is changed on the ground when this negotiation starts? I was thinking about it and I realized the thing that is really changed is the tactics of Russians' drones and missile strikes. Now they do not try, to strike any military objects. It's terrorist. It's only terrorist. All of you know about missile strikes on Kryvyi Rih. Maybe some of you know about the bomb strike on Zaporizhia and January the 8th. This was 13 people died in one day. So these negotiations, and try to speak about it with your representatives. The position of Russia in this negotiation is to kill more civilians. And when someone says that he is friend of Putin, I hear that he is a friend of terrorists. He is a friend of the killer. We are very appreciate all of you for standing with Ukraine. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава нації!
Смерть ворогам!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Путін!
Хуйло!
Today I heard that there is more than 600 people here today with us. And I proudly say, well guys, now I have 600 more brother in arms and sister in arms today. I want to thank you very much for what you are doing. It's extremely important. It means a lot for me. It means a lot for my brother there that are fighting right now in Kursk in the 47th Brigade. But today I wanna share something with you, something special. Every day people coming to me and saying something like, "Oh, Andrew, you're a hero. Oh, Andrew, you're so strong. Oh, Andrew, you're so powerful. Oh, Andrew, how you remain in this willpower in you." And I have a big secret, okay, secret sauce that I wanna share with you today. And this secret sauce is pretty simple. I have no other choice. I have no place to run away. When I woke up a year and a half ago in a hospital, in a complete darkness, without my arms, full of blood and wounds, I realized pretty simple thing. I rather fight for myself, fight for my future, fight for my rehabilitation, or I'm gonna find myself somewhere in a room that is empty, full of depression and suicidal thoughts. So I realize I have no choice but to fight. But this is not the first time I had this thought. The first time I had this thought was on the February 22nd in the beginning of this war. I looked at the mirror and I thought, is there any place in the world where I can hide? And I'm not talking right now about all this interconnectivity of the world, about interdependency of the world. We see how the war in Ukraine causing the hunger in Africa because of the grains. We see the terrorist attacks in Israel, immediately we see the regime of Syria falling. We see North Korean troops stepping up in the game. We see Chinese caught up in the front lines. We see all that, but I'm not talking about this right now. I'm talking about the fact that if we will not keep going with this fight, and if we will not come to the mirror, and if we will not look at ourselves and say to ourselves, do we have values? Do we believe in freedom? Do we believe in democracy? And get a clear answer and find a clear actions that we can do with that. We will be trying to run away, but we will not run away from ourselves. So today, we had some successful meetings, right? But some of those meetings, we were standing in front of walls that are not listening, that don't care, that have their own narrative inside of them, that listen to other side. And we may think, oh, I'm depressed. Oh, I have nothing to do here anymore. Oh, I don't have a motivation anymore. Oh, I did everything I could. Now I can go do my stuff. We need to remember that there is no place to hide, and we cannot run away from this fight. So we better step into it and win. So I want to conclude with a simple phrase. We have no way to run away. We have no place to hide. So be strong. Be a hero. Be powerful. Thank you very much.